Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about hiking gear, hiking tips and tricks, and everything you need to know about hiking. My name is Dory, and today I'm going to talk to you about navigation on the Bibbulmun Track. If you haven't already, please watch the first video that I put out there about the Bibbulmun Track. It gives you a short overview about what the track is and how you need to start planning. This video specifically will guide you through the navigation planning and which apps you need to use. Do I need a map? Do I need a compass? And all that stuff. And where you find the best resources for your planning. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you have any questions or comments, always happy to listen to you in the comments below. So when you're planning the Bibbulmun Trek, the first thing you need to ask yourself is what tools am I going to use to navigate along the track, because you won't have reception all the time, and it is 1,000 kilometers guys, so you need something that is reliable and that will guide you all the way there. Whether you go from Albany to Perth or Perth to Albany, that doesn't matter. The main thing, or the most important thing, is that you get there. Alright, so the first thing I want to mention is an app that I use all the time on every hike possible if they are available, and that is called Guthook. Guthook has recently rebranded to Far Out, but I still call it Guthook. So Guthook is an app that is designed for long distance hikers, and it has trails for you available to use on their app. It works offline. It has information about the campsites, how far you've gone, how far you need to go. It has an elevation profile. It has information about towns and everything you need to know to basically hike the Bibbulmun Track. For Australia and New Zealand, they have like a bundle called the Australia-New Zealand bundle, and it costs about $25 to purchase, but it's a one-time purchase and you have pretty much most of the hiking trails that you would like to do in Australia and New Zealand, and the database keeps getting bigger and bigger. So I would definitely recommend getting Guthook, mostly because it works offline. It works through your GPS signal, but built into your phone. It's very accurate when it comes to location. It gives you information about the campsites, how many spots there are at every campsite. It gives you information about water sources, information about towns, the facilities in towns, and also it has an elevation profile, so you will be able to plan your day ahead, whether you have a few big hills to go up. It's always good to know and to plan a day in advance. And a big positive for me is that it shows you how far you've already walked and how far you need to walk to get to the next camp. There's other features such as it shows you pictures of the campsites and about different spots along the way. Anyway, the main thing is Guthook is really recommended for the Bibbulmun Track. All you need to do is a one-time purchase of the Bibbulmun Track map, pretty much. You don't need a subscription, you don't need anything else, so it's a one-time purchase and I highly recommend it. If you don't want to use Guthook and you want to do everything free, then the next thing I would recommend is to download a GPX file. And you can find it on several different websites, such as I believe Alltrails has the GPX file, Trails, but the most reliable source, guys, is to go to data.gov.au, because that is obviously it's an official data source, and they will upload the most recent version of the track files. Okay, so I will put a link in the description below, so make sure you check that out. And like I said, that is free, and how you use it is you download the GPX file, and then you upload it onto any of the GPX Viewer apps, and then you can start using it. Good, but the difference between Guthook, for example, and a GPX file is that a GPX might be not as accurate, and so you have to keep an eye on it, and always make sure you have the most up-to-date version of the track. So what is a GPX file? Pretty much it's a GPS exchange format that lets you use coordinates in an easy use way, if that makes sense. And you can use it with GPS receivers or mapping programs. So my favorite app to use GPX files with is GPX Viewer. Again, I'll put it in the description below. It's a free tool. You have a pro version as well, which gives you a few more extra features. But Hello, crows. Nice to see you. So just upload it onto your app and then you're ready to go. Other recommended mapping programs are Avenza. Green Tracks is also one of my favorites. I recently discovered it, and I still have to test it whether it's really offline, but it's one of the highest recommended ones. And then obviously Alltrails. Okay, there's many other GPS maps, GPS apps out there, but these are the ones that I would use. So just with those mapping apps also, guys, some of them will require a subscription, so make sure you know that before you go on your hike, and also make sure that everything works on the app, and definitely check that it works offline, because you will not have reception on most of the track, and it's very important that you don't get lost. All right, so saying that, it is always recommended not to rely on technology alone. I will also recommend to bring the maps with you. So for the Bibbulmun Track, there are 8 different maps, one for each section. They are about 85 grams a piece, and they are rip-proof. They show topographic information, and it pretty much shows the roads, the trail. It shows the campsites as well, water points, and disease risk areas. So that's also important to know. On Guthook you will have the same, so it will also show water sources and all that stuff. But obviously if your device breaks down, it's always good to have a backup map. Right, so now the million-dollar question: do you need a compass to hike the Bibbulmun Track? And this is different for everybody. Personally, I don't really use a compass. Another thing is, guys, if you bring a compass and you don't know how to use it, well, it will be very useless. So keep that in mind. Alright, with that, I'm gonna leave you to it. Next video, I'm gonna talk about accommodation on the Bibbulmun Track. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If you haven't already, guys, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!